Good morning once again, and welcome back to yet another episode of the 25 Centavo Change Podcast. I am author MJ, your host for this podcast. What are we looking into when we say 25 Centavo Change? We're looking into the meaning and we're digging into the values or the values of this treasure. This 25 centavo coin represents a lot of wisdom in our life. And let's dig deeper to the stories that this coin holds. The title of this episode, or episode 6, is Humor is My Armor. I've always been serious, or let's just say, after losing our mom, I've always been that anxious, worried what's going to happen next, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next day, and would I be able to surpass this? Will I be able to forget this pain? When will I be able to do this, do that? A lot of things. I've even have written in the book the time when I said, "Why us, God? Why?" Right? And having those questions, I've been so serious in life that I forgot how to laugh. Yes, yung tumawa na sabi nila everyday, laughter is medicine. It keeps the doctor away. Gawa ko lang yun. Pero, you know, when I joined the public speaking class, this is the Toastmasters International. This is where I realized that humor is indeed an armor. After writing the book, I was encouraged to learn to practice how to become a public speaker, something that I am so afraid of doing in the beginning. So, right now, this is not how I usually speak, even in front of a camera or especially in front of people. I have stage fright and I've been dealing with that for quite some time. Still until now, I still have stage fright, but at least we can manage because of practice and because of the mentorship of public speakers. I've always been focused in the things that I wanted to achieve because as an achiever I wanted to win, always win in the things that I wanted to do. Until I realized that it's not about winning something that you wanted to do in the things or in even in the discipline or in life. It's not the winning, it's not competition. Humor is my armor, I would say, when I found out how my son made or makes me laugh every day. And from him, that's where I learned how to become humorous. Because I wouldn't say that I know how to be humorous. So, isa sa pinakamahirap ay magpatawa. Madaling magpaiyak, pero mahirap magpatawa. And we always hear this from comedians, from people whose job is to make people laugh. And it's really difficult. Especially when you're also dealing with things or serious things in your life. Serious in the sense that you wanted how are you going to handle your future, how you're going to become a mom, at the same time you're becoming a sister, you're becoming somebody who you want to be, you want to have a career, you want to be a good wife, you want to be a good mother, and you want to be, perfectly somebody who is also known in the society. You also wanted to do something, you also wanted to leave legacy. Ang dami nating gustong gawin. Right now, this generation, you want to be a content creator, you want to be a model, you know, you want to be somebody that contributes a lot of things in the society, in your community. And then how do you do this na mag-isa mo lang? Well, you cannot do this alone, of course. You have to have a family, you have to have friends, you have to have a group of people, you have to have a community. You also have to have a circle who would actually help you in achieving that. And you have to have humor as well. Sometimes There are things that we think, hindi ko kayang gawin. Hindi ko siya kayang gawin. Not unless somebody would say, kaya mo yan. And somebody would push you. In my experience in the public speaking, I was pushed to join a competition on humor or on delivering humorous speech. And I just said yes without thinking. And when I said yes without thinking, I actually, after saying yes, I actually overthink. Nag-overthink ako, ano, paano, anong humor, kaya ko ba to? And then when I was able to deliver and landed first place in the area during that competition, I just realized that there is something, there's a switch, just like the bulb, that switched on within me when I learned that I can actually make people laugh, not just make them cry. When we try to make ourselves laugh, happy, light, it would also be helpful to make the people around you laugh as well. In starting to to see how humor would work in your life, we start to look into the lighter side of things. That life is not just about bills. It's not just about your savings. It's not just also about your money in the bank or your car or your house or the things that you wanted to do, the career that you wanted to have, the position that you wanted to be promoted, and all those things, the profession, the PhDs, and the other uh, alphabets at the end of your name. Why do people would always say about this? It's because it's the truth. They've been there, especially those who are sharing na nandun na sila, naranasan na nila, they've been there and then realize, yeah, the top is really lonely. You don't have friends there. But sabi nga ng isang post, diba, people on top, they collaborate. People, it's chaos down there. So, where am I heading to this? Choosing humor as your armor every day is something that is not, oh, wag mo ring isipin na tumatawa ka and tatawa ka lang, no? Humor is not just always about making people laugh. It's something, how do you say this? You tickle somebody else's funny bone and you share wisdom and message at the same time. You convey life message to them in a lighter way. After tickling their funny bones, you would also see and realize that you made a change in their life. The first humor that I was able to deliver before was based from the joke of my son, and it is about the chicken wingsdom. The question of why did the chicken cross the road? When I was asked about this, and I asked this also, there's a deeper sense of asking, why did the chicken cross the road? Have you ever experienced the time wherein you wanted to do something, but it seems to be difficult because, like the chicken in the highway, maraming sasakyan at the same time. If your focus is just the other end or the other side of the road, mahirap, hindi mo alam kung paano mag-cross, or natatakot kang mag-cross, or may bakod sa kabila, and all those factors. The chicken crossing the road is something that would make us realize that in life we there were a lot of times wherein we wanted to cross a lot of roads, a lot of rivers as well. Kaso natakot tayo. We wanted to achieve one thing, but then we told ourselves, hindi ko yata kaya. Okay na ako dito sa grasses dito. Okay na ako dito. Pinapakain naman ako dito and all those things. Well, one obvious thing of crossing the road is going abroad, going outside the country and trying to travel, or living abroad, or migrating, or becoming an OFW for others. For those who could relate in crossing the road. it would really be difficult. And, di ba, trying to dig deep na naman, deeper na naman sa ating thoughts. What was that chicken thinking? It kept me awake thinking kung, why did the chicken cross the road? Really? Why? Di ba? Bakit di na lang siya doon nagstay? O baka naman may tinatakbuhan. That's also one thing. And it's funny that these questions and this kind of humor would actually lead us to realizing things and a lot of things and even lessons in our lives. Not just those petty wisdom, but also a lot of realizations at the end of the day. Na ang sagot lang pala doon at the end was that. What do you think? Why did the chicken cross the road? Sagot lang daw pala doon is, to get to the other side, sabi niya. So oo nga naman, magko-cross ka sa road to get to the other side. And sometimes that's how we deal with life. We look into life. Akala natin ang hirap, akala natin ang bigat, akala natin mahirap lagi. Everything is puzzling, everything is difficult. Like, hindi ko na lang gagawin kasi mahirap. And doing things like this as well, and even the technicalities of doing such, hindi ganun kadali. Kaya nakikita ko yung iba, diba? They're really doing a lot of things just to create content, just to produce and all those. And kudos to you for making sense of what you do, for a lot of things na nagpuproduce din ng mga meaningful content that we see online, not just online, but also in real world out there beyond the platform, that they don't just post it or post it for clout or things, but there's a meaning behind of what they do. There is a deeper sense on what they do. Simple as it is to ask, why do you have to cross the road? And being answered because you wanted to go to the other side. Is finding the humor or the funny way of laughing off na akala mo ganun kahirap. And that's actually when we cross from teenage life going to college life and then going to adulting. For those who have experienced that, right? I remember one speech which was delivered actually from one of the contests, and he mentioned about the curse of adulthood, how he wanted to be separated from uh, how he wanted to live on his own, but didn't realize that it's not really that easy as how he thought it was. So ganun siya in real life. Sa buhay, we have to look into those sides of the circle or sides of the square or corners of the square wherein makakakita ka ng ways to laugh it off, makakakita ka ng ways to find people who you can laugh with and not sometimes laugh at. Okay? So, when you are with your good friends, when you are in the right circle, right? Hindi natin maiiwasan. We laugh at people, we laugh at things, we laugh at a lot of things. And then realize na, oh my God, we're laughing at them and make yung tinatawanan natin sa kanila o yung nakakatawang bagay sa kanila is actually making us happy at a moment. So, nakakatulong din pala kahit ganun yung pinagtatawanan mo. But I'm not encouraging friends to laugh at people and to criticize others. This is just a way of sometimes realizing na okay, you have to find a time in a day to laugh, maybe at yourself or better at yourself or at your mistakes, right? Kung nahanap mo na yung humor, how would it become an armor? In my case, I've experienced yung kapag nagkamali ako, I would like punish myself. I keep on thinking, I made a mistake. um, how as I am, how I am. Hindi ko alam kung pwede ko sabihin, no, di ba? How can I say the word S to STUPID? My son would actually get mad at me. But how STUPID of me doing such things? Why did I not do it perfectly? And sometimes punishing yourself for not being able to deliver things how you expected them to be would actually kill the creativity or the artist in you, sabi nga nila. As an author and as someone who writes about the wisdom of life, think of humor as your shield from those painful things, but at the same time as your armor to face the incoming future. The coming future, di ba? Even the present. So, yun yung gamitin mo bilang panangga mo sa mga medyo hindi magandang or hindi kaaya-ayang pangyayari sa buhay. That's the reason why if you would actually look into the social media right now, there's a lot of things tayo mga Pilipino, kahit konting bagay lang, we laugh at those things, di ba? Because we find ways to make, to release that happy hormones. We find ways to release those negative vibes para mapalitan ng happy hormones, ng happy vibes, kumbaga. Minsan, madali lang sabihin to use this humor as your armor. And probably, if you asked me before or years before today, I wouldn't also agree. What do you mean by humor becoming your armor? Hindi naman lahat ng bagay nakakatawa, di ba ganon? But one person told me, you're so serious in life. Madali kang, pag seryoso ka, what was the joke again? Pang ER na, di ba? Diretso emergency room ka na daw if you're so serious. And when I tried to loosen up, lighten, I started watching this dry bar, stand-up comedians and all those things, and started to listen to how they try to deliver the lesson using funny moments, using these happy moments. And that's where I realized that indeed, in order to survive in this chaotic world really, and even every day, we really have to laugh it off. We really have to learn to how to laugh things off. There are times wherein you have to be serious, you have to be focused, highly focused and highly organized, but sometimes it doesn't also uh, it doesn't hurt a bone if you also laugh. It actually, I don't have the data, and statistics, but diba sabi nga nila, smiling is a good massage then, um, it's a medicine in a way that keeps the doctor away. So, today, try to think of that situation or the time we're in, you pull through from every day because of the humor, or because of laughing, or because of feeling or tickling the funny bone in you. Ayan, at bumabalik na naman ako sa pagiging seryoso, di ba? So, bumabalik na naman ako sa pagiging seryoso. But, honestly, it's going to be work. It's still a work in progress, trying to find that humor, trying to make myself happy as well. Um, because no one will make you happy than yourself. Wala namang magpapasaya sa'yo kasi ikaw yung nakakaalam sa mga bagay-bagay na magpapasaya sa'yo. It's gonna be easy to say that my family, my kid, my friends, ganon, and the people that I love. But in caring for yourself, you also have to know kung ano yung nagpapatawa sa'yo, yung nagpapasaya sa'yo. Because of the presence din naman ng other factors wherein baka akala mo yun yung nagpapasaya sa'yo, but there's still going to be a blank canvas in your emotion na hindi mo siya mapintura, hindi mo siya maipinta. Bakit nga ba? Bakit nga ba ang hirap tumawa? And that's one thing. In my case, it's our mom who is actually the humorous one. She would always share us with laughter. She would always share with us jokes, a lot of jokes that I don't even find funny because she is an analytical joker ba tawag doon. She would definitely parang magbo-burst out na lang ng joke in the middle of conversation or in the middle of habang kumakain and some bilang striktong nanay parang tatawa ba kami o hindi? Tatawa ba kami? Baka pag tumawa ako mapagalitan ako and all those things. And I saw and we saw as kids how she managed to use this humor in a way to get into us to communicate what she wanted to tell us before. And and today finding for that happy pill or for that humor, you have to start with yourself. You have to reflect also ano yung nagpapasaya sa'yo. And then that's where you will find out that itong bagay na to, itong mga taong ito, yung nagpapasaya sa akin, itong mga thoughts na to, itong music na ito, itong kinahihiligan kong ito ngayon, itong pagdi-digital content na ito, itong pagkanta-kanta na ito, and all those things, this is my humor, this is my happy pill, this is where I am happy. And when you find that, keep it, and of course, uh, hindi lang, wag mong itago and not to show people, but you keep it and grow from there. From that happy pill or from that humor, use that as an armor, as a stair to grow, and from therein, marirealize mo, you make people happy as well. So, kung nakita niyo yung laro ng kids natin ngayon, yung Plants vs. The zombies, Plants vs. Zombies, wherein the sunflower is actually blooming, that's how humor is becoming an armor. In that game, you would find that you would brighten people's day just like that sunflower, and it also would kill the zombies. So this has been, although my energy is becoming low, that's how introverts are, sometimes it's becoming so low. I would like to say thank you everyone for being part and for listening to this podcast. And if you have messages and if you have a lot of questions, please do comment sa ating comment section, sa ating comment box, and then message us here at Taraki TV dito sa podcast din natin if you wanted to ask things related to the episode today. And for those who are having their coffee, eating, zipping their milk tea here at Bartek and in your favorite cafes, please do enjoy them, and don't forget to find that humor in everyday life. So thank you so much. Until the next episode of the 25 Centavo Change Podcast. This has been your host, Author MJ. Thank you. Bye-bye.